up? This is Tajay of the mighty Souls of Mischief crew. I'm chilling with my man Festo, my man Oak, you know he's dope. And right now, you know, we're just maxing in the studio. We're hailing from East Oakland, California, and sometimes it gets a little hectic out there. But right now, you know, we gonna up you on how we just chill.
Yeah, it's the Archivest, y'all. Exclusively interviewing the one and only Souls of Mischief crew from Oakland, California.
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah, you know.
And who are the Souls of Mischief?
What's up? This is Tajay from the Souls of Mischief crew. Right about now, I got DJ Lex. Big shout out to A+.
Anybody else?
Yeah. Opio Lindsay representing Hieroglyphics crew, massive, you know, Oakland, California.
Yes, sir. Festo D. The real Festo D.
And being Souls of Mischief and making one of the most played tracks at every jam, 93 till infinity, what has this done for exposing the group on a legendary foundation?
Man, I mean, it's just taken us all over the planet several times and helped us, you know, be ambassadors for good music and upliftment throughout the world, man. I say that's the best thing, is that the travel aspect and the aspect of connecting with cats all over the planet.
And the Souls of Mischief, what are some things that your fans might not know about the group that each of you like to share?
Man, I mean, we've been friends for a long time, you know what I mean, before the whole rap game started, and just in terms of like the history of how far we go back, you know what I mean, I was in junior high school with Casual, Tajay and A+, been knowing each other since kindergarten, you know what I mean, so it's like, Hieroglyphics ain't just a rap thing, you know what I mean, and like we just only came together for lyrics, you know what I mean, more like God brought us together more than anything. But also, you know, we was just close homies, you know what I mean? It just had a passion and love for the music. And, you know, it just turned into something, you know, that we could actually take around the world and, you know, let people know what's up. So.
Anybody else? We're all good? Okay. And being quoted one of the top 100 rap albums in the Source, how does this feel on the pinnacle for the group?
I mean, it's cool, man. It's just good to have people recognize us for what we do, you know? We don't do it for just prizes and special awards or to be on any type of list. We just want to be in your playlist, man, really, you know? So it's a great honor, but we continue to make music. We continue to, you know, set trends worldwide. So, I mean, that's just a good stepping stone. I wouldn't call it the pinnacle, but definitely a good stepping stone for us.
What about for you, DJ Lex?
Oh man, I think it's fantastic, man. You know, it's fantastic to DJ for Souls of Mischief, man, and be able to do, you know, rock shows and have people come out and support us. So I think it's dope.
All right. And being in the Hieroglyphics family, how is it being independent in this family?
Rough. Now, you know what it is, and I realize this. Since we're indie, we got to go out and really live it. And so that makes it a little bit tougher because a lot of rappers, I think, have the luxury of being in the studio constantly, not having to get out on the road and work the records because maybe their video is doing something for them or maybe radio is. Because we're quote-unquote underground and, you know, we don't get a crazy amount of spins, we got to get out and really, like, hip-hop, like a verb, you know, like, do it. And that, I think, is the roughest part about independent. It's like you're making your best work in a hotel room in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We're lucky enough to be on tour with our homies and we're group, but it's not like we get to just vibe out and chill at the house and make records. We're constantly on the road. I mean, but that also makes it so the records that we make are inspired differently too. You know, they got different flavors and different styles because we're making them everywhere on the planet.
And for each of you, what has been one of your best memories that you've been part of or contributed to the hip-hop culture?
Ooh.
You know, I'm proud to be part of, I guess what you'd call, like, West Coast underground music, you know what I mean? As far as, like, before Souls of Mischief was out, it really wasn't such like a term for that to describe like lyrical or more like avant-garde, cutting-edge, progressive style music. You know what I mean? That just takes chances and is more experimental. Cats just didn't know how to wrap their heads around it. You know what I mean? I still think people still to this day is still kind of confused about, you know, what is East Coast hip hop, what is West Coast hip hop, whatever, you know what I mean? But at the time, especially talking about the early 90s, you know what I mean, everybody just associated the West Coast with like Crips and Bloods and, you know, this kind of thing. Whereas in Oakland, you know, there are no Crips and Bloods and there's no, you don't really see like 6'4" Impalas with hydraulics and all that, you know what I mean? So just getting people to really see that the Bay Area is a whole different animal from just LA, and the West Coast is not just one thing, even though those are our brothers, you know what I mean? Like, I got nothing but love for everybody in LA, but it's a different lifestyle, different culture, you know what I mean? And also, you know, we help to like describe that to the world, and also, you know what I mean, bringing this new style of hip hop that cats just ain't never seen before ever, you know what I mean? So now it's kind of like a term for like West Coast, you know, underground hip hop, which that didn't exist before Souls of Mischief was out. So we one of the pioneers of that. You know what I mean? Definitely proud of that.
Anybody else? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I just say we rock with everybody, man. So our influence and our reach, that's what I'm most proud of. Like the fact that cats who people look up to and listen to have been influenced and been able to grow from our style. I like that. That's my favorite aspect. Just that people who I'm fans of are fans of us too.
And tell us about the Bay Area on that hip hop level that we know about.
I would just say the Bay Area is great for creating music, but we don't have a scene, you know? Like, if you think about Bay Area acts, like we got to leave in order to really bubble and get our respect and make money, you know? I mean, Oakland, we've literally done thousands of shows, and out of that, maybe 7 in Oakland in our entire life, because it's you know, we tear stuff up. So it's hard to create a scene, quote unquote scene, in the Bay Area, but it's easy to create music because it's real inspirational. There's a good mix of people, good weather, lifestyle is cool. You know, you can do everything from the streets to the mountains in one day. So it's good for creation. Just as far as getting it out there and pushing it, it's real hard, man. We're in a small market that acts like a big market, you know?
And what's the biggest crowd that you've rocked in the history of Souls of Mischief?
Coachella.
Yeah, okay.
That's by far, because it was like 50,000 at least, maybe more.
Yeah, the festival, or Brighton Festival.
Rock the Bells was big too.
That Brighton Festival in the UK too, with Dead Prez and Kool Herc and all them. Mm-hmm. James Brown. Mm. That was cracking. And
what do you think about hip hop today from when you guys first started? What needs to stay there for the foundation to be like so grounded?
I mean, hip hop is just taking over, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's the #1 music out there, period. You know, if you don't have no hip hop in your music, or you're not down with hip hop, you just ain't down, period. And it wasn't always like that, which I'm happy for, because I'm from the hip hop culture, you know what I mean? I remember we was like, nobody wanted to accept us anywhere, you know what I mean? Now it's like, you ain't acceptable if you're not down with hip hop. So I think that's like a tremendous move forward. And I think if you look around the world and see how people take on hip hop around the world, even though a lot of people want to try to categorize hip hop as like this pop thing and it doesn't have any relevance or whatever, you know what I mean? That's just to take away its power. You know what I'm saying? Across the world, people, and even in America, you know what I'm saying, there's a revolutionary spirit that's behind hip-hop music. And it's never going to go anywhere. You know what I mean? No matter how much people try to say, hip-hop is whack and it don't have this. I mean, it's probably better and, you know, just on an abundance of good hip-hop more so than ever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy with where hip-hop is at. You know what I'm saying? I'm more displeased with the way that the media characterizes, you know, I mean, not just hip-hop, a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? All I got to do is turn on the news and see the lies and manipulation that go on. You know what I mean? So if the media just keep things in check, you know what I mean, and actually represent those people out here, you know, that really characterize the true spirit of what hip-hop is all about, and not just cast us out here only for the pop fame, you know what I mean? Don't have no love and respect for the history of black music, you know what I mean? That's what hip hop is, standing on the shoulders of black music, and that's a great tradition, you know what I mean, a deep history. So, you know, for me to be down with that and be part of it and carry it into this new phase where hip hop is more creative and more, there's less boundaries now, you know, than ever before. So I'm happy, you know what I mean, with how hip hop is. And I definitely think that you know, the media need to like check itself in terms of who they represent out here and telling these lies and manipulating people and trying to let them think that hip hop is only about violence and negativity and misogyny and all this. I mean, you know, if you just look at, if you put all of the records that come out that are hip hop albums in a year, you know what I mean, you definitely would see way more of an abundance of different styles of music than only what you see on MTV or BET or whatever.